Some of the scariest stories don't come from ghosts. They come from people, and few things are more terrifying than what happened inside America's prisons. Deep in Arkansas, there was a machine prisoners whispered about, a machine so cruel, so inhumane, that it still haunts American history. It was called the Tucker telephone. In the 1960s, Tucker State Prison Farm in Arkansas was infamous. It was built on old plantation land, surrounded by endless fields. But inside the prison walls, it wasn't farming that terrified inmates. It was the guards. It was the trustees, violent prisoners armed with power. And it was the machine waiting in the infirmary. The Tucker telephone looked harmless enough. An old crank telephone, wires and clips. But it was a tool of torture. Guards attached wires to a prisoner's toes and another wire to his genitals. When the crank turned, electricity surged through the body. The pain was unbearable. Prisoners screamed, convulsed, and begged for death. They called it a treatment. They called it discipline. But everyone knew it was torture. The horror imagined being trapped in a tiny room, strapped down, while guards laugh. Imagine hearing the cries of men down the hall, knowing you're next. The electricity coursed through bodies until they collapsed. Sometimes prisoners lost consciousness. Sometimes they were permanently injured. And always, the machine waited for the next victim. Some said the screams could be heard all the way across the prison farm. Others said the silence afterward was worse, the sound of broken men. For years, the Tucker telephone was hidden. Prisoners were too terrified to speak. Officials denied everything, but rumors spread. Former inmates began to tell their stories, and eventually, investigators uncovered the truth. Arkansas became infamous. The prison system was compared to slavery, and the Tucker telephone became a symbol of corruption and cruelty. Even after the device was gone, the scars remained. Men who survived carried the trauma for life. They spoke of nightmares, flashbacks, and fear of authority. Some never recovered. Some never told anyone, because who would believe a convict? And that's what made it so terrifying. The prisoners were voiceless. The system silenced them, and the machine became a ghost of American justice. Today, the Tucker telephone is remembered as one of the darkest chapters in U.S. prison history. It wasn't just about pain. It was about control. It was about reminding prisoners that their lives belonged to the system. No ghosts, no demons, just men turning cruelty into routine. And that is far scarier than any haunting. So next time you think about scary stories, remember this. The real horror isn't always in abandoned hotels or haunted forests. Sometimes it's inside the walls of a prison, and sometimes it looks like a simple telephone waiting to ring.